Okay.
just going to use an M1 source, and you're going to do the vowel things that he's doing.
Okay.
Thank you.
But yes, sing it in his
No,
octave.
I'm not at all. But
Yeah,
what did
and
I
it
do?
may sound
I don't
kind
know.
of
I said thanks for letting me go next.
funky,
I
but
give you a choice.
Oh, I don't
yeah,
want to
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So please, go.
Calm yourself.
Go all.
It's okay, it's okay.
All
I'm
right,
terrified too.
we're moving on. You got it.
Okay. Hello, Kaylin. How are you today?
I'm exhausted
Why are you exhausted?
because Cindy's dogs went into the laundry room and ate all the dog food. And so they were throwing up all night. I was just cleaning up dog throw all
Oh my
night.
goodness, so you didn't get a whole lot of sleep last
Oh
night.
no, like an hour and a
And
half.
we're gonna do color today.
Oh yeah.
Great.
Because the best time to do lessons is when you're tired, because that's most of your life anyways.
That's true. So what do you want? We are looking, tell them what the piece is.
Okay, so this is an aria I just wanted to do for fun. It's by a composer called Walter Braunfels. He's a not very well-known German composer. I'll do my little story about him. Hitler asked him to write an anthem for the Nazi party, and he said no. And so that kind of diminished his music publication and production altogether. But a lot of his music's very beautiful. I finally found a song cycle I've been looking for a whole year in one certain library in Munich, and it finally arrived, and it's very Straussian with a little bit of Wolf in it. It's kind of that kind of style. So this is one of his arias from Die Vögel, and it's the nightingale coming to greet the audience to the show.
Okay, so I'd like to hear you sing it. We haven't worked together on this at all. I'm going to do my best with giving you those chords that you thankfully wrote in,
Yeah.
and you just...
Because with 20th century music, I always write in my own kind of lead sheet so I can practice, because it looks scary, but it doesn't have to be. Okay.
Okay, it's okay. And I'll just do my best, okay? Here you
That
go.
would be flat.
Yep. Torso, yeah, a little bit somewhere in here. I just saw your head.
Oh,
and I was like,
because
they're pretty
short.
face.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't see anything. Yeah, we're both short. Okay, great. All right. So, what specifically in this section of the aria are you wanting to work on?
Of course, a little bit more ease in all the staccato parts.
Yeah. That's an E flat 6, by the way.
That felt like one. And a little bit more ease on the E flat 6. I don't love it to feel like one, if that makes sense. But sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. It's a little inconsistent.
Yeah. Have you done? I started you with singing, but have you done any warming up at all today?
A little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah,
Okay.
How fires?
You were doing fire aria?
No, in between putting out fires.
Oh, in between.
Yeah, I did a
fire
lot.
aria would have been really fitting today.
Yeah.
Okay,
We can do that too. if we
Go
want.
ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No,
so you
just
want
a little
the E flat and then E's on the run.
Yeah.
Can you tell me, put it in your words, what exactly are you finding difficult? Break it down. Are you finding anything rhythmically difficult?
No, I think it's more about finding ease at each of the onsets, because I think I'm treating each of the staccatos
You're saying
different
E's.
notes.
So I thought you were saying E as in the
Oh,
letter
ease.
E. So ease and comfort.
Ease and comfort, yes. He's
There's only those two. What are you talking about?
yeah, he's in. I feel like because I'm so focused on making them staccato, it's not really a gesture anymore, and it kind of feels off the body in some aspects.
We're gonna do something.
Okay.
We're gonna do this whole thing legato.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now, this could get interesting with that high E flat. Right now, I want you to. We're gonna go back to the beginning,
Okay.
and I want you to completely ignore the staccato notes, and I want you to look at the phrases. So look at the words. Dear friends, greetings.
Yeah, greetings.
Okay. Today
You are in our kingdom.
you're in our kingdom. So she's that's a little. I watched a video of this earlier. It's like it's a little strange.
It is very strange.
So where would you say the end of that phrase? Where's the next? Where does that first phrase end?
Reiche.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Then the next.
Gebeurt. Probably.
Yep. It was an applause. Yeah.
Gebeurt.
And with all my heart. Okay. Good. So.
And then there's like a huge rest. It's like with all my heart. Rest. I sing songs.
Now this is interesting.
Yeah.
Why do you think? Okay, so this is a little caveat or diversion.
Yeah.
Why do they have that there? Do you think? Have you noticed something that is in the piano there?
It's kind of like a little echo bird song.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's a little echo bird
Uh-huh.
song, and what is this character?
She's a nightingale.
She's a bird. She's
Yeah.
a nightingale. Okay. So it could be. Would you say this character is very humble?
No. I think there's such the cutest, the German right here.
Yeah.
It's the nightingale sitting on a bushy tree,
Yep.
and she's surprised, surveying the audience with lots of flirtation.
Yes. And then some of the words she says later is like, "I see this all clearly. You don't, peasants."
Yeah.
You know, she does this kind of.
Yeah, like you audience, you're so silly. and dumb.
So I would say there's a lot of moments in here where there's a lot of echoing, where she's hearing her voice come back to her, and then right after that echo, what happens? Well, what does she do? How high does she?
Oh, she
Then
just.
it's like
Woo!
the highest note possible. Okay, great. Let's do this from the beginning.
Okay.
And
There's
I'm
the legato.
probably just gonna play like the bass
That's
notes.
fine with me.
Okay, here we go. Legato.
That's so hard. Woo!
Okay, try again. Do that again. Do that phrase again. I'm listening for something from the very beginning. Mm-hmm. Good. Let's do it again, and I want you to not look at me, because you're looking at me like a.
I'm looking for approval. I totally
Yeah, I
am.
totally are. Okay. And the facial expressions were still fun, but I was hearing a little hesitancy.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because it's something different. I'm asking you to do something different, and I'm a person, and there might be people out there. So let's try it again, okay?
Yeah.
And I'll play more than just the E flat. Here we go. Did you notice anything different?
It was definitely easier to find connection between each of the notes.
It was a heck of a lot
Yeah.
freer
Oh,
from my perspective.
great. It
Yeah.
felt freer. It didn't feel like I was articulating from my throat, I would say. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So one of the things that with coloratura that I have been taught that I found really helpful is to use more of the peppy muscles, which is not the technical term, but it's the abdominal wall a little bit more upper. So when you sing something like, good Lord, when you sing something like this, that the piano.
Is that the piano's fault?
Yeah. When you sing something that has a lot of notes around it, it's very tempting to think you need a lot more air than you do, which is hard because then you're singing high as well. But it's really easy to tank up and then blend, try to get on through and navigate. It's the difference between a tugboat versus a barge.
Yeah.
You want a
Yeah.
tugboat voice with this, and that doesn't mean you're gonna have less, like, you don't want shrill resonance necessarily.
Yeah.
So there's this interesting balance. So with this, what I heard was much smoother and much freer.
Mm-hmm.
And I honestly didn't even notice that you weren't singing the staccati.
Oh, okay.
To me, I heard it still as the way he wrote it. It still sounded playful as this little bit.
Yes.
It still sounded that way. Let's
Okay.
try it again. And this time, think of the legato still while you sing it, but
Do a little.
do a little bit more of what's written.
Okay.
Let's just see what happens.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Here's that B flat, and here's your E. Here we go. Okay. How is that different?
It felt much more gestural and not about each individual note, and then it felt more into the phrase.
Okay, great. It's interesting. I heard something and I'm trying to decide what it was. Do it one more time.
Yeah.
Please. Let's do that last phrase here, the funky B major section. So what is that chord? What's that chord that you're outlining there?
The B major.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
Oh, to the G.
Technically, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're a little heavy. Okay, that's interesting because it is like a leading tone into that F sharp into it.
Yes. Yes.
Why? Okay,
I know it's weird. It's like.
it's beautiful. I love this. I'm so
I
excited
know
you
I'm
showed it to
talking
me.
through something you never heard of. Right?
No, I'm like I'm so singing this. I'm totally gonna sing this. We have the same voice type. Let's do that, Hoyt, one more time,
Okay.
and I want you to think about going to the G and letting that F sharp lead to it instead of, you weren't doing that, you weren't sitting on it, but there was just,
Is it because of the B? Am I like scooping on the B?
I don't know, let's see.
Maybe. I do like to scoop. Okay.
Here we go. I think there's nothing wrong with using the V sound to vite. What is that word? What does vite mean?
Oh, you're here.
Resides,
You're
yeah.
residing here, yeah.
So she has her translation written in too, by the way. I don't speak German. So you guys were like, you shouldn't have admitted. I know! What was I thinking? Okay,
It's
so
probably not very good because I did it myself because they don't exist.
I think it's great. I love rare pieces. So today resides. So there's a slight sense of arrival, but it is in the middle of the phrase, so it's not a complete
It's
stop.
not stop.
But you can I would say use that lean a little bit of that F sharp, not so much so that you're like, thunk, you're sitting on it. So use a little bit of that V and that F sharp. So, and have a little bit of a shimmer.
Yeah, it's
That's
got a little nuanced shimmer thing.
yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Throw it in there. I think
Okay.
that'd be pretty, especially since you just did all these staccati.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
So not full on, jazz.
No nothing there.
You
Yeah.
know what I
Okay.
do?
All right.
So let's do that B major chord again. Okay. How much time do I have since you're behind me?
You got about 6.
Oh, good. What did you think of that?
Oh, it just somehow, I don't even want to think about how, but somehow it just went into the phrase more rather than kind of clunking down and then hiking up
Yeah.
the mountain.
Okay, so we're doing this phrase, we're taking it out of the music.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see if we can figure out how to put it back into the music. So what you just did was beautiful. Let's do it one more time.
Okay.
Make sure it wasn't some fluke. And then let's go back to the beginning and insert it
Okay.
in. So right now,
Alright.
just do the B major chord, okay? Good. Okay, sorry, I think that chord was wrong. Oops. Good. How did that feel?
Good.
Similar?
Yes.
Let's go back to the beginning, okay?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I just want to hear what you thought about that phrase.
I think I did it better for the time before,
Right.
but
do
the
you feel
idea is
into it?
there.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm a practicer. It's like, it's hard for me to like fix things, but I think that is a gesture I could definitely practice into the phrasing.
Okay. Let's try it one more time. And then we'll move on.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. So, there's another fire. There's
That's
a fire.
okay.
Okay, so you've got this where you go over an octave down, and then you do this. It's not even a proper arpeggio. It's like this weird, hollowed out, A flat major chord up to
Yes.
a C.
Yeah. Super strange.
Okay, so let's talk about
Yeah,
this.
how do you not like splat down on the bottom? Because that's something I totally do.
Can you describe for me what sensation-wise, in terms of maybe register? What are you doing there? Do you know?
I don't know, and I'm not
You're
even
just making the
thinking
notes.
about it.
That happens sometimes with this style.
Yeah.
I'm just making the notes come out. I really don't know.
I'm just kind of going with the flow, making it up as I go. It's just probably not the best strategy, but it feels like somehow I'm squishing the resonance, but it doesn't. I don't know. I don't know how to describe the feeling.
Let's try something.
Yeah,
Let's stop.
okay.
Not worry about trying to figure it out. Let's just try something.
Great.
So we're gonna go back to Jede,
Okay.
and this is gonna be a little funky.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to find a note. Actually, I'm not gonna go that far back. I apologize. We're gonna go to what?
Confolen.
Beard.
Yeah.
I thought I said blurt. I'm not saying that word in German. Okay, so the very bottom of that page, and I want you to. So this is the. We've got the G minor. Let's do it on a C. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna sing. I want you to pulse. So you're gonna sing every note. You're actually singing on the C.
On the C.
On the
Okay.
C instead. That may not be the best note for this, and this music is. This may not work
So.
for this. And think in your head that you're singing a C. Does that make sense? You're only singing a C, and you are. Let's give it a go.
Are you playing a C for Björk?
Yep.
Okay.
Even though it's not.
Okay,
it's
got
not
it,
in
got it.
harmony. I get it.
I
but
got it,
It's,
okay.
it's for the phrase. Try it. Yeah. Move forward with your air, kind of like what Drake was saying.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Try that again. That was nice. Do it again.
2 minutes.
Thank you too. How did that feel?
I really like the idea of sending the air that way,
Mm-hmm.
almost as like in tandem with the rhythm.
And I do have a reason for doing it on one note.
Yeah.
Do you think you know why?
No.
So it works a little better with straight tonal, like not something
Oh
funky.
yeah, not something.
But if you pick a note that is in the tessitura, like the mean of the
Uh-huh.
phrase, if there is one,
Yeah.
and you sing on it, especially when it's a phrase that's got leaps all over the place, it helps anchor you.
I see.
That's
Yeah.
been my experience.
So it's like we're centering ourselves.
Yeah, so
in
that
the
it's not
staff,
this-
So we're not.
so you're not
going
going-
from C to C.
whatever it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's
1
do
minute.
it. Thank you, 1 minute. Let's do the phrase properly on the actual notes. Okay, do it one more time, and I want you to think of the C. Okay, I'm gonna do something really weird. I'm gonna play the C while you sing.
Yeah, that would be helpful. Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
jumping. I didn't. Maybe it was because it's supposed to, but I didn't feel like my larynx was jumping around, which is a nice feeling.
Yeah, generally, yeah. I could go on and explain more, but
We're at 1 minute.
good job. Okay.
Okay, great. What do you feel? Yeah. What do you feel was going the best? I mean, granted, it's a crazy piece. It's a new piece for you. It's a completely new piece for you.
Never heard it before.
It's a lot. So all those things. What do you feel like was really clicking today?
Honestly, I wasn't paying attention to
I
everybody else.
was moving around to try to see you, watching her, see her. That's why I was.
I felt like I
running around.
did, and that has nothing to do with the lesson, but I felt pretty comfortable just ignoring as much as
Right.
possible.
You guys were having coloratura time
We
together.
were having a club. We were in a club, so I thought that went really well. I thought that my ears. I'm part of it is the situation, the week that we've just had. But I was hearing things a little bit better than I think I have before. So I'm hearing again the science informed, knowing I can see. I was watching her tongue. I was trying to watch her body. Different things that while I pay attention to some of that, I was paying attention to even more. And again, that's also because I'm like hyper on.
Mm-hmm.
So trying to find the balance of I'm here to learn, but also I'm teaching in front of everyone. So I thought that went really well. I needed to watch her a little bit more,
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Right, and it's hard because it's not like this is Norina or something that you know.
Yeah.
You're
I know,
going.
I should have brought you Norina.
No,
That would've
I
been
asked,
nicer.
no, what did I, Kaylin, I asked
She
you.
did ask for this, though.
I said, do you have anything with coloratura? And it was this or the fire aria, so, from l'enfant, so.
Yeah. Well, I thought, some really good things. Obviously, just, coloratura bonding time, You guys were having great fun, and your humor with her was really good. And I loved, you took time, and this is honoring her intelligence and her preparation, that going through the score, talking about the structure, and then you came back to that in your use of knowledge of theory and where things are going and resolving to make musical and expressive and technical choices. That really, with a score like this and this kind of music where it's highly modulatory and so on, essential that you can bring that to a lesson. And I do the chanting on a single note thing myself, oftentimes just for articulation kind of work.
Mhm.
It was interesting to kind of use that as an airflow kind of thing.
That actually, yeah, normally I don't use it as an airflow thing, but I noticed she was holding back and then just remembering what Drake had just done
Mm-hmm.
with Kai.
Do you think that's common in German?
To what? To
Right.
To not do the vowels as bright as they should be.
I think it's common in coloratura.
yeah. One thing I would say I noticed.
She's my husband.
And again, because it's really new in your voice and so on, like your staccati up were fabulous, brilliant, sparkle. Sometimes you weren't closing back down as quickly as you should, I think, on the way back down.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and I felt like you were a little too open on the way down. Yeah, because when you did the run up, it was like brilliant all the way up, and it wasn't always that way. And I would have just taken advantage more of her staccato up and how timbre-wise she was doing that to kind of
Okay.
address the coming down.
Do you think it has something to do with the vowel? Because it's Hoyt.
Yeah,
So-
that's not helping things.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, what could I do instead?
Well, I was hearing you when you were up and you had the run that you're kind of up there and then you come down. I would just keep the timbre a little brighter and probably a little, close faster.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I did notice that you were over opening a bit on your
Yeah.
B's,
Yeah.
B flats.
Yeah, as high as your voice is. I was kind of thinking,
Yeah, so
that's an
that was
awfully
too
open.
soon.
Yeah, Yeah, you were
see.
like,
It did feel open, but I was like, I'm just gonna not be teacher.
yeah,
You know, I
like,
just turned my teacher brain off. and
yeah,
just
yeah, got
I would
that.
say it was a little open, and we didn't get to the E flat like I thought we would.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And then I was gonna address it.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
good. Yeah, and I loved the discussion you guys had about, you know, the V and stuff. I mean, certainly there are times in German, particularly German romantic music, where, you know, we kind of are a little more forgiving of a little sloshiness with a little scoop or whatever on a voiced, like a voiced fricative or something like that, you know, and using it for a little expressive point at, you know, to show the resolution or the end of a phrase or something like that. So I was perfectly fine with that. I don't know. I'm not giving you license, you know, but I'm just saying, you know. I think where you guys were going was just fine.
Yeah, I like that, yeah.
Anybody have thoughts, questions?
It's beautiful. I'm glad you started to use the flow in the diction in German, because I think that is a mistake that happens with English speakers, because we stop the flow and think here's German, but actually the vowel sounds much better.
Yeah.
Und ich konnte
Anything about
helfen.
teaching?
Yeah.
Well, and one thing I wanted to ask you is anything you were noticing about breathing. I mean, this is a really new piece still for you.
Oh yeah, it's like 2 weeks
I
old.
couldn't really see her
Okay.
body.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, I
and
didn't
that would
really
be
get
something
out
I would do
there.
differently.
That's
I'd
right.
ask her to maybe take her jacket off,
Yeah.
move the stand,
Yeah.
so that because I really couldn't, I saw her toes. And I saw her beautiful face. That's about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree, there was, thank you. Can you say what breathing things you noticed?
Well, I mean, sometimes as we're working a piece in, you know, and we're feeling the line and we're, you know, playing around, and then we're kind of forgetting that motor, that's the thing that's under it all.
Mm-hmm.
And just be sure that you're integrating that into the practicing of that. Because yeah, there was a couple times where, you know, you finished a phrase and you had kind of collapsed a little bit, that's all.
Can you tell me if I was on track with the not necessarily always needing as much breath?
Oh, absolutely,
Okay, oh, good.
absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah, because, I mean, you know, you think about it, this is an elastic system, right? And so, you know, if you stretch the rubber band, it wants to snap back faster. And so, you know, and as a coloratura, when you're doing stuff really high, if you get that real low abdominal, you know, the diaphragm descent, that's going to be pulling that down. So, you know, these are all these things you have to kind of weigh cost benefit about. Now, a piece like this too, you're down and you're up and you're down and you're up and you're down and you're up, and it's a lot to juggle.
It's a beautiful piece.
Yeah. And as a nightingale, I'm sure you'd probably be flitting around the stage.
Oh, yeah.
And, yeah.
Greetings.
Yes,
Little
good
peasants.
stuff. But I'm so, because we've gotten to know you and your delightful personality all week, to hear you sing has been a delight, and to be introduced to this cool piece and this composer.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think it's a Zerbinet the stepping stone. That's how I feel
Yeah,
about
that's
it.
what you said at lunch, and I agree.
Yeah.
Nice job. Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you. Oh, you want me to stay up there?
Yeah, that's what we thought. That way you can go and do whatever you want to next.
Fran, it's my husband. He just probably showed me a FaceTiming the dog. I mean,
Well,
it's
No,
not.
it rang like 3 times while you were singing earlier, and then
Cindy
Cindy
came
came in, and I was like,
It's
I just
okay.
wanted to let you know it's ringing again.
Thank you.
What did you decide to say?
I guess you're evil. You're gonna make me sing musical theater, right?
I am.
It's okay. We can do it.
Which one are we doing?
Me and this guy.
Okay, and of course we want to sing this up an octave so we can do it in the coloratura range.